Imagine you are standing in front of a door that opens to opportunities to change your life, but instead of stepping through, you hesitate, held back by an invisible force called procrastination. How many times have you let fear, laziness, or a sense of overwhelm stop you from achieving the best that life has to offer? Today, we will explore how to stop letting procrastination slow our progress. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It is the greatest enemy of productivity and success. It not only costs us precious opportunities, but also destroys confidence, diminishes self-worth, and pushes our goals further out of reach. The more we procrastinate, the more we create a dangerous loop: disappointment, guilt, and eventually giving up. Think back to the times you lost time and opportunities because of procrastination. Do you remember the regret when you realized that starting just a little earlier could have led to great achievements? As Brian Tracy once said, taking timely action not only brings success, but also gives you true freedom. This means that by overcoming procrastination, you not only reach your goals, but also take control of your life. The goal of this speech is clear: to help you understand the root causes of procrastination and equip you with practical and effective strategies to overcome it. From shifting your mindset and mastering time management to building professional habits of action, I promise that you will leave this session with powerful tools to overcome any obstacle in your journey. As one of my favorite quotes says, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people lies in the ability to take action when it is needed. Prepare yourself for change. Commit that you will not let procrastination hold you back for one more moment. We are about to begin a journey to master time, enhance productivity, and move closer to the goals you truly deserve. Because every small action you take today will be the foundation for something great tomorrow. Procrastination is one of the most common behaviors that nearly all of us have experienced. Defined as the hesitation to start or complete important tasks, it often becomes a major barrier to personal success and long-term development. When you procrastinate, you not only waste time, but also put yourself under unnecessary stress and pressure. Missed opportunities and stagnant goals gradually erode your confidence in your own abilities. The consequences of procrastination go beyond slowing work progress. They also destroy self-confidence, create a negative loop, and diminish motivation and aspiration. The root causes of procrastination are not always obvious, but they often stem from deep internal factors. One of the most common reasons is the fear of failure. We worry that our efforts won't be enough, that the results will fall short of expectations, or that we will face negative judgment from others. This leads to avoidance and procrastination to escape disappointment. Procrastination also arises from perfectionism, where we set unrealistic standards and delay action, waiting for the perfect time or ideal conditions to begin. Perfectionism, while seemingly positive, becomes a source of inaction when faced with reality. Additionally, procrastination is often linked to a lack of clear goals or failing to understand the value of the task at hand. When you cannot see the purpose of a task or fail to recognize its importance, it's harder to feel motivated to start. This makes you more likely to engage in easy but less meaningful activities like checking your phone, scrolling social media, or spending time on non-priority tasks. Moreover, when a task feels too large or complex, it can be overwhelming, leaving you unsure of where to start. This creates a vicious cycle of procrastination. The more you delay, the greater the pressure and the harder it becomes to begin. Steven Pressfield, author of the famous book, The War of Art, introduced the concept of resistance, an internal force, as the greatest enemy, preventing creativity and action. Resistance is not an external factor, but an internal feeling of hesitation, anxiety, or fear that arises when faced with a meaningful task or a breakthrough opportunity. It's the inner voice that makes you doubt your abilities or question whether you should act now. Resistance manifests in many forms: hesitation, justification, or wasting time on unimportant activities. Think of resistance as a mental saboteur trying to block your progress. For example, you might delay starting an important personal project because you feel you need to research more, prepare better, or wait for inspiration. However, these are just ways resistance works, by making you doubt yourself and delay your progress. Some people even disguise resistance as busyness, spending the entire day on small tasks, but avoiding the most critical one. Identifying resistance in daily life is the first step to overcoming procrastination. Observe the moments when you feel uncomfortable or urged to procrastinate and ask yourself, is this resistance showing up? A common example is knowing you need to work on an important report, but instead checking emails, cleaning your desk, or reviewing unrelated materials. These actions might feel busy, but in reality, they are a way to avoid the main task. Another sign of resistance is feeling paralyzed by a big task. This often happens when the task seems too complex or hasn't been broken down into manageable steps. Resistance also appears when you doubt your capability, questioning whether you're competent enough to complete the work. Remember, recognizing resistance is not a failure, but a significant step forward. Awareness of this inner enemy enables you to take action to overcome it. An effective strategy to identify and control resistance is to ask yourself, why am I procrastinating? And what will happen if I don't start now? These questions help you focus on why the task is important and how it impacts your long-term goals. Don't let resistance dictate your actions. Instead, use it as a signal that you're getting closer to what truly matters and holds value in your life. Do it now is not just a simple phrase. It is a powerful tool to trigger immediate action. It cuts through procrastinating thoughts, awakens focus, and places you in a state of readiness. This phrase acts like a psychological switch, reminding you that the best time to complete an important task is right now, not later. When you tell yourself, do it now, you'll notice that blocking thoughts and excuses for procrastination start to fade away. Instead of dwelling on challenges or outcomes, you focus on taking action. This is a simple yet extremely effective method to break the cycle of procrastination. By repeating this phrase, you create a positive mental reflex, making it easier to get started. Try using do it now in moments when you feel yourself hesitating. For example, before starting a difficult task, say this phrase 3 times to motivate yourself to begin. Interestingly, the act of starting is often the hardest part, but once you do, everything becomes much easier. This simple phrase has helped millions of people break free from procrastination and take their first steps toward success. One of the most effective ways to overcome procrastination is to change how you see yourself. Imagine yourself as someone who consistently completes tasks effectively and exceptionally. Visualize yourself working at a fast pace with confidence and focus. This positive mindset creates a new image of yourself, driving you to act with stronger motivation. Positive self-affirmations play a crucial role in this process of mindset change. Phrases like, I am someone who always gets things done, or I can do this, are not just reminders. They are tools to build confidence. As you repeat these affirmations, your brain gradually accepts them as reality. This not only boosts your self-belief, but also reduces fear of failure or feelings of being overwhelmed by large tasks. A positive mindset about yourself doesn't just change how you view work. It directly impacts the results you achieve. When you see yourself as someone capable of completion, you eliminate excuses for procrastination. Instead, you proactively start and maintain consistency. Someone with a positive self-image acts as if success is guaranteed. Start today by changing how you think about yourself and watch your actions transform dramatically. Procrastination is often seen as the enemy of productivity, but from a different perspective, it can become an opportunity for self-development. Procrastination is not a sign of weakness, but a signal that you are facing fear, fear of failure, fear of imperfection, or fear of starting. The key is not to avoid this fear, but to harness it as a drive for action. When you feel yourself procrastinating, ask yourself, what is making me hesitate? Identifying the root cause helps you gain control over your emotions. Instead of viewing fear as a barrier, use it as a catalyst to push yourself forward. The fear of failure can become a powerful motivator when you see it as part of the learning process. Remember, every successful person has experienced failure, and it is through learning from those failures that they achieve greater success. Building a growth mindset is the next step in transforming procrastination into an opportunity for growth. Instead of seeing failure as the end, view it as a stepping stone to go further. A growth mindset encourages you to focus on the process rather than the outcome, on what you are learning instead of what you have achieved. When you view tasks and goals through this lens, you'll realize that every small step forward is valuable. Remind yourself that procrastination doesn't have to define you. Instead, use it as an opportunity to gain deeper self-awareness, confront your fears, and develop new skills. Once you change your perspective on procrastination, you'll see that every obstacle can be turned into a springboard, propelling you further along your path to success. Brian Tracy once said, if the first thing you do each morning is eat a live frog, you can go through the rest of the day knowing the worst is behind you. This idea forms the foundation of the Eat That Frog method, a simple yet effective technique to conquer procrastination and boost productivity. The frog in this method represents your most important and difficult task, the one you are most likely to avoid, but which will have the greatest impact on your goals or career once completed. The greatest benefit of this method lies in tackling the toughest tasks first thing in the morning. By prioritizing and completing the big challenge early, you free your mind from the weight of pressure and stress. This builds momentum and confidence, making it easier to handle the rest of the day's tasks. Imagine starting your day with a win. Everything afterward feels smoother and more manageable. On the other hand, if you delay your frog, it becomes a growing source of worry, distracting you from focusing on other tasks. The Eat That Frog method not only helps you complete crucial tasks, but also cultivates a sense of prioritization. To apply this technique, start by creating a to-do list and identifying your frog, the most important task that needs to be done. Begin with it immediately, before giving yourself time to find excuses for delay. No matter how many other tasks you have in the day, focusing on and completing the biggest one ensures that the day is productive. Practicing this method consistently helps you develop a habit of working efficiently. It not only allows you to overcome procrastination, but also fosters a proactive mindset, turning each day into a step closer to achieving your long-term goals. As you master this habit, you will not only conquer your toughest challenges, but also experience a sense of confidence and accomplishment with every action you take. Time management is not just about organizing tasks into a daily schedule, it is the art of managing life itself. Many people focus on optimizing every minute of their day, but forget that the ultimate goal of time management is to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. As Brian Tracy once said, "You cannot control time, but you can control how you use your time." The difference between time management and life management lies in prioritization. Traditional time management emphasizes completing every task on a to-do list, but this can lead to burnout or a sense of disorientation if those tasks lack true value. In contrast, life management begins by identifying your values, goals, and personal priorities, and then structuring your time around what truly matters. One of the most effective ways to practice life management is by adopting a morning planning habit. Each morning, spend 10-15 minutes writing down the most important tasks you need to complete. Ask yourself, which task, if completed today, will provide the greatest value toward my long-term goals? This practice not only sets the tone for the day, but also helps eliminate unnecessary distractions. A good plan combines clarity and flexibility. You can use tools like a journal, task management apps, or a simple piece of paper to list tasks in order of priority. Ensure that you start each day by focusing on the top 20% of tasks that can generate 80% of the results. This approach, inspired by the Pareto principle, gives you a sense of control over your time and boosts your confidence and sense of accomplishment as you complete tasks that truly matter. When you manage your life effectively, time stops being a burden and becomes a resource for investing in your values, dreams, and personal growth. Instead of trying to cram everything into your schedule, focus on designing a life aligned with your goals and vision. Shifting from time management to life management not only improves your work efficiency, but also enhances the overall quality of your life. Setting action-based goals, also known as input goals, instead of focusing solely on outcome-based goals, is an optimal strategy for achieving sustainable success. While outcome goals like increase revenue by 20% or lose 10 kg often serve as initial motivation, it is the specific actions that determine whether you actually achieve those goals. As Brian Tracy famously said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. This highlights the importance of focusing on the process instead of obsessing over the final result. For example, if your goal is to increase revenue by 20% rather than fixating on that number, identify concrete actions you need to take, such as call 10 potential clients each day or dedicate 2 hours weekly to market research. These actions are within your control and ensure consistent progress toward your bigger objective. Focusing on the process also helps you maintain motivation during challenging periods. Outcome goals often take time to materialize, and if you only measure success by what you've achieved at a given moment, it's easy to lose morale. On the other hand, when you prioritize daily actions, you experience a sense of continuous progress. This aligns with the snowball effect. Small, consistent efforts accumulate over time, leading to significant impact. To apply this approach, Break down your big goals into specific, measurable, and repeatable actions. If your aim is to complete a book, instead of setting a goal like finish the book in 3 months, commit to writing 500 words per day. If your goal is to improve your health, focus on actions like exercising for 30 minutes daily or eating 3 healthy meals a day, instead of solely aiming to lose 10 kg. This action-oriented approach offers another crucial benefit. It fosters a proactive mindset. Outcome goals often depend on factors outside your full control, but actions are always within your power. This allows you to take greater ownership of your journey and eliminates unnecessary stress from elements beyond your influence. When you focus on actions rather than outcomes, you not only move closer to your big goals, but also build habits of discipline and patience. Achieving your goals becomes less of a pressure-filled mission and more of a personal growth process where every day contributes positively. Remember, the outcome is just the reward. It's the actions you take daily that drive real transformation. When starting a journey, completing the smallest steps can be the key to breaking inertia and moving forward. Many people feel overwhelmed by large tasks and procrastinate because they don't know where to start. However, by simply beginning with the simplest task, you create an initial momentum. One small step can lead to the next, creating a chain of continuous success. The concept of the snowball effect perfectly illustrates the power of small actions. When you start with a small snowball and roll it on the snow, it becomes larger and larger. Similarly, every small task you complete gives you a sense of accomplishment, helping you build confidence and motivating you to tackle bigger tasks. This is how you transform each small action into a foundation for long-term success. One of the most effective strategies to use this approach is to break large tasks into smaller parts. For example, instead of focusing on writing a long report, start by creating an outline or researching a small part of the topic. As you complete each small step, you'll feel the motivation to continue. More importantly, even a small action keeps you away from the cycle of procrastination and maintains a positive state of action. Remember that every small step you take is an investment in yourself. Each day, set 1 or 2 small tasks and focus on completing them. This is not just a way to overcome the hesitation to start, but also a strategy to build a consistent habit of action. With small but steady steps, you'll soon find yourself achieving big goals that initially seemed out of reach. Fear, one of the most powerful emotions, can be a primary cause of procrastination. Interestingly, fear doesn't always stem from the risk of failure. Sometimes it arises from the fear of success. The fear of failure often makes you worry that your efforts might not yield the desired results, leading to self-doubt and a loss of motivation. Conversely, the fear of success might cause procrastination due to concerns that achieving your goal will bring greater responsibility, higher expectations, or even a dramatic change in your lifestyle. This creates an emotional cycle that many people struggle to break. To overcome it, the first step is to identify the fear holding you back. Start by viewing fear as an opportunity to learn. When anxiety arises, ask yourself, what is this fear teaching me? What will I gain if I overcome it? Transforming fear into motivation begins with a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing fear as a barrier, recognize it as a signal that you're facing something worth acting on. Successful people often face fear repeatedly. They don't let it paralyze them, but use it as a driver to make breakthroughs. One effective way to overcome fear-induced procrastination is by taking challenging actions, even if they feel uncomfortable. For instance, start with a simple but powerful habit like cold showers every morning. The initial discomfort of facing cold water may make you want to avoid it. But once you conquer it, you'll feel refreshed and proud of your ability to push through. Similarly, in your work, choose a task you've been avoiding and commit to finishing it. Even small successes will trigger dopamine, a neurotransmitter that creates feelings of pleasure, satisfaction, and the urge to continue acting. Frequent dopamine boosts help establish a habit of consistent action, reducing the impact of fear. Another key factor is creating positive pressure. You can achieve this by placing yourself in an action-oriented environment. A clutter-free, well-lit workspace with minimal distractions can significantly boost your focus. Remove interruptions like your phone or social media notifications. Additionally, use accountability partners. Share your goals with a trusted friend or join a support group to help maintain responsibility for your plans. Knowing someone else is monitoring your progress provides a powerful motivation to stay on track. Remember that every big change starts with small steps. If you feel overwhelmed by a large task, Break it down into manageable parts and focus on completing them one at a time. This approach not only reduces stress, but also lets you experience daily progress. Don't forget to reward yourself for small achievements to maintain motivation. Rewards don't have to be extravagant. A favorite coffee or a few minutes with a good book can do wonders for your spirit. Finally, recognize that fear is not the enemy. It is a teacher. Each time you confront fear and move past it, you not only break the cycle of procrastination, but also build confidence and a sense of control over your life. Successful people aren't those who never feel fear. They are those who know how to act despite it. Every step you take through fear is a step closer to your goals. Act today, because there's no better moment than now to rewrite your story. Working professionally isn't just about completing tasks when you feel inspired. It's about a steadfast commitment to getting things done regardless of circumstances or emotions. The difference between an amateur and a professional lies in their mindset and approach to tasks. Amateurs are often driven by emotions, working only when it feels comfortable. They are quick to procrastinate or quit when faced with challenges. In contrast, professionals understand that responsibility and consistency are the foundations of success. They don't let emotions dictate their actions. Instead, they let their goals and plans lead the way. To become a professional, you need to change how you view your work. Every task, big or small, plays a crucial role in your long-term objectives. Ask yourself, if I don't complete this task today, what impact will it have on my future? When you view work through the lens of growth and responsibility, you'll begin to see the real value of every hour and minute you spend. Professionalism is not just about how you work, but also about how you shape your life. A key element of maintaining professionalism is cultivating work discipline. Discipline doesn't mean being overly strict. It's about creating stability and efficiency in your daily routine. Establish a consistent work schedule and stick to it, even when you don't feel like working. Treat work as a non-negotiable part of your day, just like eating or exercising. By committing to work at a fixed time every day, you minimize procrastination and enhance your ability to focus. Daily performance evaluation is another critical part of working professionally. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished. This practice not only helps you recognize your strengths, but also highlights areas for improvement. Keeping a work journal can be a powerful tool for tracking your progress and measuring growth over time. Feedback, whether positive or negative, is an opportunity for learning and growth. Professionals don't shy away from feedback because they know it's one of the fastest ways to improve. Instead of feeling hurt by criticism, view it as a roadmap guiding you closer to your goals. Ask yourself, what can I do differently to turn this feedback into positive action? Learning to accept and act on feedback constructively will make you more resilient and confident in your work. Failures and challenges are inevitable on the journey to professionalism. However, instead of letting them diminish your motivation, use them as opportunities to grow. Remember, failure is not the end, but an essential part of success. Those who achieve greatness are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who learn to rise and grow stronger after every setback. When faced with difficulty, focus on your larger goals and the reasons why you started. This will provide the motivation to overcome any obstacle. One effective way to maintain motivation and a professional spirit is to celebrate small successes. Each time you complete an important task or reach a minor milestone, reward yourself. These rewards don't have to be extravagant, perhaps a favorite coffee or a few minutes of relaxation with a good book. Small successes are like building blocks that step by step construct the larger structure of professionalism and success. Ultimately, working professionally is not just an action, it's a lifestyle. It requires unwavering commitment to yourself and your goals. By developing disciplined work habits, embracing feedback, and staying motivated daily, you'll not only improve your performance, but also build the confidence to face any challenge. Start today with small, consistent steps to become the best version of yourself. This is not just the path to success, but also the way to create sustainable value in your life. Changing your mindset, managing time effectively, and taking decisive action are three critical pillars that will help you overcome procrastination and move closer to your goals. Procrastination is not an unchangeable habit. It's a signal that your approach to work and life needs adjustment. When you shift your mindset from avoidance to confrontation, you'll see that what once felt like barriers now become opportunities for growth. Time management is not merely about organizing a schedule, but about focusing on your most important priorities. Every minute spent on meaningful work brings exponentially greater value than hours wasted on tasks that don't matter. Finally, Decisive action is the key to unlocking success. Don't wait for perfection. Start with the smallest steps, because all success is built on the foundation of consistent daily effort. Take a moment today to reflect on what you truly want to achieve. Write down your most important goals and start acting on them now. Don't let fear or thoughts of failure hold you back. You have the power to change your life by taking the first steps, no matter how small. If you want to change the future, act today. This isn't just a phrase, it's a reminder that time waits for no one. Every moment missed is an opportunity lost, but every action you take is a step closer to your dreams. You can begin by committing to do one thing today. It could be completing a task you've been procrastinating on, establishing a small habit to improve yourself, or simply spending 10 minutes planning for tomorrow. Small, consistent actions create significant results over time. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Create it through your actions. Every second is an opportunity to rewrite the story of your life. Start now. You hold the power to change anything you desire as long as you commit to yourself. Make today the first day of a new journey where you control your time, seize opportunities, and don't let procrastination dominate your life. Act and prove to yourself that big changes come from small, steady efforts. This is your moment. This is the time to step up and take control. Start now.